Welcome to episode 2 of the Gingerspyce Tiefling Druid. I just finished my runs of Stealthy Repossession, I leveled up, and let's take a look at where things are. At level 2, I'm not even seriously geared up. Ever since Reaper mode has come out, my strategy has been to Zerg to level 4 as fast as possible, and that's when I can get my access to my Reaper points and benefit from all the extra power available in the Reaper trees, and then I can start stepping up the skulls and earning more Reaper XP. But at level 2 and 3, before I can spend my Reaper points, I like to just Zerg R1s to get to level 4 as fast as possible. And just doing R1s, because they're faster, and because you're getting that big 120% bonus to regular XP from doing R1s. I will be just about fully geared at level 3, but right now, these quests will be nice and easy, and I don't want to spend a lot of resources trying to craft twink gear for level 2, when I'm only going to be level 2 for, literally about 15 to 20 minutes of questing or so. If you like to gear up more seriously for low B levels, that's great, but I don't want to take up extra space in my TR cache and my bank and stuff for low B gear that I use for such a short period of time. But items that are new since last level are going to be the insulated 13 armor with invulnerability on there. I have electrical absorption on that because these low levels, even in Reaper 1, those lightning bolts from like those kobold casters can be pretty scary, so to mitigate some of that I find helpful, and invulnerability gives me DR5/magic, which is helpful in low B questing, so that's why I chose those enhancements. I also have a legacy large shield here, which has a large guild slot. These don't drop and haven't dropped for a very long time. And really, all that's about is I have the large gem of power in there, which says it gives you plus 80 guild bonus to maximum spell points. But actually, you get, those are the, from the old system, and the new ship buffs actually give you 20 spell points. So this is actually only 60 above that. So it's, 60 spell points is nice to have during low, level 2 and 3. And at level 4, I'll be switching to a different shield. I also have Thornguard 1 just because, there wasn't a whole lot of helpful things that I could craft on there, but why not? I'm going to be taking a few hits, and that way the mobs that hit me will be taking a little bit damage. I still have the same Vorpal Scimitar of Draining. I also have, this is new, the Quan's Band. This comes from the end reward of Repossession. Not Stealthy Repossession, but Repossession that's part of the Sharn Syndicate chain. And this gives Wisdom 3, Concentration 6, Wizardry 60, so not a bad low B Wisdom-based caster ring to be wearing, so I'll be wearing that for a few levels. Nothing else has changed on the gear. I'll just show the stats briefly. Nothing new on feats. I won't be going over skill points every episode either, because I already showed you where I'm spending them in every level. When I get more skill points, I'll just be, maxing out those same skills. I'll show the skills like once I get to like level 20 to show where they ended up. But every episode, I won't be talking about skills because, like I said, I already showed you where they were and what I'm going to be spending them on. So I got one more level 1 spell. I did pick up Charm Animal. Charm Animal is a nice spell that can even be effective in like high skull legendary quests against mobs like spiders and scorpions that have basically no save. So even if you're not like a max DC caster, you can still charm like high skull legendary scorpions and spiders, which is actually can be pretty useful. But I'll be using it in low B questing as well. I also switched out Jump for Produce Flame. Now, honestly, since I am a Tiefling, I probably wouldn't pick that. That's the spell I would usually pick at this point, but because the Tiefling has the Scorch SLA called Ash, that's going to be probably sufficient, but I went ahead and took Produce Flame because it's what I would normally pick anyways. I do want to say that with the regular version of Produce Flame, I turn Maximize off. Maximize costs an additional 25 spell points when you apply to a spell. And, the regular, just unmeted is 6 spell points. But if you put Maximize on there, that's 31. And if I'm spamming that spell, I'm going to run out of spell points really, really quickly. So for the regular version of Produce Flame, which I'm hovering over right now, all meta is turned off. It just, to me, it's not worth the massive extra spell point cost to have it quickened and maximized and empowered. That thing can cost like, 60, 70 spell points to fully meta it, and it just doesn't do enough damage, in my opinion, to warrant that. I do know that some other Druid casters like to keep that fully metaed, especially, later on when you have more spell points. I choose to keep it off, but of course, for the SLA version, which is right here, and this is the version that I get through my enhancement tree, which I'll show you in a minute, you can apply all your meta magic feats to SLAs for free. Now, mana conservation is a really important skill to hone for people who are new to casters. It's especially important on a druid because a druid is a lower spell point class as opposed to like a cleric or a favorite soul, which gets a lot more spell points than something like a druid or a cleric or a wizard. So leveraging the use of your SLAs is really important. So you're going to see me at this point mostly just using the SLA of Produce Flame as well as the SLA of Ash to do most of my DPS. If you start casting a whole bunch of your regular spells, especially if you have all your metas applied to them, you're going to run out of spell points fast. But when I start picking up some more serious spells, I will basically reserve those for more urgent situations. I don't want to spam spells just all willy-nilly that have all the metas applied to them, but in a crunch, if you really need to get a monster down quickly, then you can start applying your metas. And so that's a strategy to conserve spell points, is, like I said, really stick to your SLAs as much as possible, and don't apply your meta magic feats to certain spells, like Produce Flame, for example, and I'll mention it for others later on. Okay, so just one new spell and one swapped spell. On the enhancement side, I've spent my 4 action points in Season's Herald, and so here, Child of Summer, that is a stance that you want to activate. So that means you want to drag it into your hotbar from your feat list, or excuse me, from your enhancement list, drag it into your hotbar, and then click on it to activate it. And that grants +5 spell power when casting Fire, Light, Sonic, and Force and Positive spells. And then later on I'll get Child of Winter from the tier 2. And that applies to, like cold spells and some others. And then that tiers, the more cores that I have, the bonus can be up to +30 if I have all the cores. And the passive benefit is +1 universal spell power per action point spent in this tree. The only other thing I picked up is the Produce Flame SLA, and that is a prerequisite for all the other SLAs in the tree. Okay, I'm only level 2, so I can't go over Reaper enhancement points because I don't have access to them yet. And there's nothing else to cover, so let's start questing. Alright, information is key, R1. Ooh, little lag spike there. Actually, I can get away with just running by those guys. I do need 10 kills to activate Reaper XP, but honestly, whether I get Reaper XP at this point or not, I don't really care. But I will be getting my 10 kills. And I will be getting my collectible over here. Collectibles, very valuable. It is a great way to build wealth, even for a new player. You can farm out collectibles and sell them on the auction house, or even the shard exchange. have an episode of the Northwind 2 series where I talk about The episode is called, it's the level 16 episode, and it's called Acquiring Augments and Farming Collectibles to Build Wealth. So if you're new to this stuff, and you're like, man, I'm broke, I don't know how to get plat and shards in DDO, that video talks about ways that you can do that by farming collectibles. Oh, I want to get my collectible over here too. So I probably should have a mukbang, because that way I could damage those oozes. I don't know. I think they're immune to fire. That one didn't even hit. Yeah, they're immune to fire. I don't have a good way to DPS them. I could go into wolf form. I did pick up wolf form. You get your first animal form, your first wild shape. I don't even have it loaded up, which I need to. Wild shape wolf. I will load that up there. And I could DPS them in wolf form. I don't want to swing my regular... Oops, I don't even have my weapon set properly set up. I don't want to swing my regular scimitar at them because it'll get damaged when I swing at oozes. I can throw my little weeds on the ground. Now, one of the changes in Update 38, unfortunately, is that when you're in wolf form or animal form, that ZB4, your weapons wouldn't get damaged from fighting oozes and rust monsters and things. But they changed that, unfortunately. That was a nice little perk, but they changed it. So I would need to change my weapons out. So I'm just going to put nothing in my hand here. I'm just going to show you that you can go into wolf form and just DPS these low B oozes. No big deal. If you use a nasty champion, it might be different. The different oozes have different invulnerabilities. Those ones are immune to fire, and that's really all I got at this point. In Update 38, Druid's got a lot of changes to their enhancements, and some nice changes that made Druids more effective as a caster during low B levels. Prior to Update 38, I would just run around in wolf form until like level 3 or 4 or so, because you just didn't have any casting power. So just picked up a weapon and ran around as a wolf, until you got like some more serious spells to cast. But they moved the SLAs down a tier, which means you can have some decent SLAs right away. Now, I just got level 2, and so all I have is Produce Flame, but I'm going to be able to pick up the Creeping Cold SLA during level 2. We're going to get our Barney Rebel there, and Valve to open up the end fight. Let's just check. I got 7 kills. That's plenty, because there's some mobs in the end fight. By the way, I do have a guide to the quests that I like to run. I'll put a link. It's on Archar Guild website, but I'll put a link to it in this video description. And I show which quests that I choose to run during heroics. And lots of other folks have created questing guides that have different strategies, different goals, because some people just want to get to 20 as fast as possible, and that's all they care about. Whereas I like to once I get to level 4, I like to step up the skulls a little bit, and but like I said, other people have different strategies, so you can read about other people's leveling guides in the Guides and Strategies forum. Okay, here I'm at Haberdasher, and I got 1 action point from that last one, so what am I going to do? Actually, nothing with it. I'm going to wait till I get another point, and I'm going to spend it right there. Okay, Reaper 1. Probably won't be 10 kills to activate Reaper XP in this quest, unless we get both a Reaper and the rare Scorpion to spawn. Or we could get no rare Scorpion and 2 Reapers, for example. If I get 2 Reapers in here, I'm probably going to die. We'll see. So check this out. Charm Animal. Yeah, I can get these Scorpions to help me fight. And I'm going to throw some weeds down. And I'm going to get this collectible over here. Unfortunately, unlike other charm spells, Charm Animal cannot be dismissed. I'm just going to check to make sure that they didn't possibly change that. Basic feats, dismiss charm. We'll wait. We have to kill this one to spawn the next ones, but we'll charm some more and we'll check it out. Maybe they changed it very stealthily, but I don't think so. Alright, I'm going to throw some weeds down. Guess what? I'm going to charm that guy. I'm going to finish killing this guy. Scorch SLA, produce flame. I'm just going to swing my little Vorpal. Hey, there's a Vorpal hit. Alright, I'm going to select that guy and I'm going to try to dismiss the charm. Nope, it doesn't work. So we can just get rid of that. I don't know why. It's just the way the spell is programmed. I'm sure it's just an oversight. It'd be nice if you could dismiss it, but it doesn't last too terribly long anyway, so you can just wait. Hey, I'm going to charm this guy to help me fight Blacktail. And I'm going to charm that guy. Oh, I missed him. And that guy. See? And I Vorpaled Blacktail, and now I gotta wait for these guys to come off of their charm. But I can grab this chest while I'm doing it. Now, if you don't have a lot of past lives and stuff, this quest can actually be kind of tough on R1. And so on the Druid, if you can charm all the Scorpions except the one you're fighting, that's pretty helpful. This quest is great though because it's so short and you get a few thousand, couple thousand XP out of it, which is a nice chunk at this level. Okay, Dirk's Got a Secret is next, and like I said, I'm spending my action points on Wax and Wane, which has 2% additional crit chance with spells associated with your current season. What's your current season? Well, Child of Summer. I'm in summer season. So it's 2% extra crit chance with fire spells and positive and, you know, that whole list there. Sonic. I don't have any Sonic as a Druid, but Force. Light. Right now it's just fire. This is all I got. Okay. Reaper 1. Quick and easy. That's the way we like it here. I'm gonna go ahead and have a Yugo pot. Look at all those extra hit points. In case I run into a nasty champ or a Reaper, right? Throw some weeds down. See how that shaman likes our produce flame. He didn't like it. Oh, that missed him. That sucks. The hitboxes in this game can be really frustrating, you know? Because it totally looked like it should have hit him, but it didn't. Oozes. You know, another really important thing that I forgot to mention in terms of gear is I do have a throwing weapon now. This is another thing that you want to have with you at all times. You never know when you're going to try to get a mob's aggro from really far away, or if you need to hit like a ranged lever, for example. And you don't want to be that guy that's standing around in a Von 5, you know, and it's time to hit the ranged levers, and you're one of those people standing around going, I don't have a ranged weapon. Like, you got to have at least, you know, like a freaking throwing dart or a dagger or something, right? Because there's going to be times when you need to hit a ranged lever, you know, if nothing else. My guildie was just telling me how he was in a heroic Von 5 last week, and that's exactly what happened. Nobody, you know, like, one person had a ranged weapon. Everybody else just standing around going, oh, I don't have a ranged weapon. Don't be that guy! Or girl. arm, switching to nothing in my hand. That's an empty weapon set to get rid of the... I probably should have the weapon set so that it's shield and then nothing in my main hand, but whatever. This is what I'm going to do for now. It's pretty slow to beat these things down. But I could just run away from them. I could just outrun them, you know, when R1 shouldn't be that big of a deal, and it's definitely a time saving, so let's run by them. Just showing you you can DPS them if you want to, but if you don't want to, you can just run by them. Fire trap. Throw down some weeds. I'm gonna get surrounded by mobs. Hey, why not have the displacement potion, right? That's what it's for. They're freaking little fire things. Get rid of those weeds, which is frustrating. So if you're running with a firecaster too, that's throwing like, you know, fireballs, they're just gonna get rid of it too. So that's a kind of a frustrating thing about the weeds, is that fire gets rid of it. Alright, Kobold Chieftain dead. I'm just gonna focus on the shaman and this shaman. Frickin' Scorch missed him. He's jumping around like a jackass. Sure, I'll take this chest, why not? I think there's a collectible over here, right? Yeah, some Barney rubble. Alright, those throwers are slow to follow, so I'm just gonna run out. That's a single trigger trap, so I'm just gonna run. Check our kills. Already got 13 kills. Reaper XP activated. Now all we gotta do is kill the chieftain, but we gotta grab this Barney rubble too. Yep. Where's that chieftain? There he is. Burn him up. Hell yeah, and we win. See if I can sneak this chest in before they get a hit on me and interrupt me. Yep. And then you can pull this valve if you want to. Try to get a Muckbane. See if Muck's up. Actually, I'm going to go around the other way. And if Muck was up, it would have showed up in the optionals even before I got over here. But this is where he'd be. No Muck. And guess what? How do I get out quickly? I can just use my Sharn teleport. Why not? Go to the cliff top. I'm out of there. Hell yeah. And then from here, I'm just going to go right to my guild ship. Yep. Back to Stormreach. Okay, next I'm going to be doing Recovering the Lost Tome. I got one more action point from that last quest, and I picked up the first tier of the Creeping Cold SLA. Of course, you can apply all meta magic feats to it for free because it's an SLA, so I'm going to click Always On there. By the way, I do have a 20% XP pot going right now. I don't normally run with an XP pot at this level range, but this was left over from last life. I was getting a bunch of first-time Legendary Reaper XP. at the end of last life, and that's just kind of, you know, what was left on the pot. All right. Scorch him. Fear Reaper. I'm gonna use the regular version of Produce Flame because I need to get rid of that frickin' Fear Reaper. And pull that lever. Now we're gonna pull this lever, and then we're gonna go get our little collectible. I think there's a collectible on the other side, right? Yep, an Adventurer's Pack. String of prayer beads. Alright, what do we do about these zombies? Give them the old scorch treatment? Maybe throw some weeds down? Is my own scorch is gonna get rid of it? Nope. I can swing my weapon at him too. And wait for my scorch to come off the timer. And scorch him again. And finish him off with the Produce Flame. Now you may be thinking, Voodoo, you already have like 50 different series for your build. Why are you doing another one? Well, for fun. I mean, isn't that why we play this game? And the whole YouTube channel thing, I mean, that's a hobby. You know, I just do it for fun, you know? It's fun. Plus, it's an updated build guide, you know. People want to run my build, my silly little build. Here you go. Walk you through it all. Hey, that's an archer. He's not going to follow us. We just pull the lever and get the hell out. How many kills do we have now? Only 4. We need 6 more to activate Reaper XP. These skeletons look familiar. A slashing weapon is not going to be too good against them. I'll get a little bit of damage on them. If you have a turning cleric with you, you can actually do this one on R10 at level 2. Meister posted a video of him and Little Mama doing it. Excuse me, I meant to say Nimbind. Meister is his alt. I used to call him Meister for a long time. Might take you a few tries, but it's fun and funny to do. Burn him up with the Scorch. Alright. And we should have 11 kills now for Reaper XP. And these dishes are done. Okay, next is Walk the Butcher's Path. I did get another action point, so I'm going to get Tier 2 of Creeping Cold. Now, this is very important. When you upgrade an SLA to like Tier 2, another active ability, make sure that you reload it into your hotbar, because if you keep using the same one that was there before, it's going to cast the lower level, the lower tier version. You see, that says spell point costs 6, right? But I'm up to Tier 2 now. The Tier 2 says spell point cost 5. Okay, so just overwrite it in your hotbar, and that'll cast the updated version. And make sure you do that every time you upgrade your SLAs and other active abilities. A lot of folks don't do that, and unbeknownst to them, they're casting a lower tier version or using lower tier versions of their clickies and stuff. Alright, we're walking a butcher's path now. Casters first. There's a caster. Just taking them out with the produce flame. Scorch these clowns. Looks like we got a Colors of the Queen proc to take them all out. That's pretty cool. I'll take it. Casters first. Using the regular produce flame. When the SLA comes off timer, use that one. We do have to kill all these guys. There's no running past these mobs, because you can see in the upper right hand corner it says slay at least 80 monsters to clear the butcher's path. Casters first. See how slow he moves in the weeds? It's a Reaper! What are you gonna do? My job. Scorch, produce flame. I don't want to get anywhere near that guy. Let's throw some weeds down for these guys to walk around slowly in and attack slowly in. Here I'm going to open up this shrine just in case. In case I die and I gotta run to it, it'll be open. Always open up your shrines. Just in case, even if you're not going to use them. If you needed to, you could pull these guys back, and that way you're not, you know, in the line of fire of those casters. You can pull them back a little bit further. Might as well grab that lost soul. Throw down some weeds. Casters first. Very important. Couple lost souls, hell yeah. When I did this on Northwind too, this one took me a long time to do on the second life run R1. I think I spent something like 20 minutes in here. But on Ginger, because of all my past lives, I have, for example, pretty high AC and PRR and other stuff, so that helps a lot. You know, there's a lot of mobs in here, so if you're trying to solo it, it can get overwhelming. So don't feel bad if that happened to you. Remember that we're playing the game to have fun, and whatever that means to you, It's all good, you know. Having fun in this game is different things to different people. And what, you know, if you like to zerg, or if you're really casual, you like to roleplay, you want to do R10s, you know, you want to do normal questing, elite quest, whatever. Have fun. If you're not having fun, then there's no point. Game starts feeling like a job or a chore or a grind. That is a joy killer. And it's easy to lose sight of that in the grind, you know, because, you know, we're all grinding a little bit, you know, whether it's past lives or, you know, or a lot in some cases, you know, past lives, or we're trying to farm out gear, or, you know, whatever. There is definitely a grind to it all, right? It's what keeps us engaged and stuff. But you know, don't forget about having fun. Vorpal. Have some weeds, guys. So I haven't had my wolf out. I don't have any wolf gear for like level 1 and 2. But you know, in these low beak quests, you know, the wolf can be helpful. But I think for the level 3 stuff, I'll have the wolf out. I don't really need it now. You know, it'd help a little bit. It'd help against the oozes. Double Reaper. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit that displacement pot. Redo the shield because it's a Famine Reaper. Famine Reapers, in my opinion, in Heroics are the scariest. Those are the casters, and you gotta equip your spell absorption when you see a Famine Reaper, but you don't have spell absorption at this low level, except for, like, you know, if you happen to have like a Scarab of spell absorption, which is a consumable. But really at this level, mostly the Reapers are casting Magic Missile. I need to kill a few more kobolds. I'm gonna have to kill these things in between all the oozes. My attacks might miss in the obscuring mist or whatever that is, but my spells won't. He's got me exhausted or whatever, so I want to drink a lesser resto potion. One left. Okay. I don't care about the optional. I'm just gonna go finish it. So we'll see how long it took me on Ginger. What was that, about 6-7 minutes? Eight minutes. I don't even care about that guy. I'm just getting out of here. Alright, next is Kobold's new Ringleader. Looks like my Hugo pot ran out, so we'll have another one. Yep, we'll take a little shortcut here, straight over the boxes. And remember to open up your shrine, even if you're not going to use it, because you never know. Something might go wrong. We could have a bunch of bad champs in here and 5 Reapers. And suddenly we're dead and we didn't open the shrine and we're like, damn it, should have listened to Ginger. And we'll throw some weeds down here. And we'll fight inside our weeds. Hey, look, Famine Reaper. How would you like a scorch to the face? Doesn't look like he liked it very much. Collectible. Two names. He tripped me! I haven't noticed any mobs getting hit by my hellish rebuke. Let's see. I'm just gonna stand here and shield block. Actually, I'm not even gonna shield block. Let's see if he takes... Is it that he always takes damage or sometimes takes damage? Let's see what it says. Have a chance to take damage. And he should also have a chance to get knocked down. No, he got knocked down. I guess it's working. Cure serious wounds pots. So many breakables in here. I don't want to spend 10 extra minutes breaking stuff. Ordinarily, I like to do breakables, but, you know, there's just like 5,000 of them in here. Yeah, I'm just going to run and fight him in a pile. Because it's fun. Because I can. Remember, open your shrine, even if you're not going to use it. You never know. You can fight in a doorway. It's a nice choke point. And they're all right there in a funnel for you to scorch them in the face. And there, both my SLA and my regular version of Produce Flame did the exact damage, 21. And the SLA is maximized. That's 30 extra spell power. I mean, it's just die rolls, but, you know, the difference isn't, you know, it just speaks to what I was saying, that the amount of extra damage that Maximize is giving you is not worth 25 extra spell points when you're throwing your Produce Flame. I'm going to use my Displacement Potion for Blood Knuckles, because he can hurt. Throw some weeds down for his kobold friends. What'd that take us? 4 minutes, 44 seconds. Alright, I already have enough XP to take level 3, but I'm going to go ahead and do my last level 2 that I like to do, which is the Sunken Sewer. Another quick and easy source of XP. That time I produced Flame Mist because I didn't have him hard targeted. Vorpaled him. Don't need to fuss around with these levers. Why not, Voodoo? Because you can just come over here, jump on this ledge, turn around, and jump over there. See? Quick and easy. Bam! How many kills do we have so far? Like 4? Yep. We might not even be activating Reaper XP. Don't care. Actually, there are enough kills in here. I just should have been paying closer attention. I don't think there are 6 kills in here. I think there are only 5 in the end fight. But let's see. Hey, guess what? More scorpions that I can charm. Or that can burrow underground as I'm charming them. So what did we get for that last one for Reaper XP? Let's just take a look. 315. I mean, I don't really care. You know, if I don't get 315 for this one, so what? Now, if you did have enough kills here, you would want to, of course, kill the scorpions first. Before... Ooh, nice proc from the Colors of the Queen. Before you killed the boss, but I didn't have enough kills. Shame on me. Okay, guys, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, as always. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. And you can check me out almost every day live streaming on Twitch channel Gingerspyce.